exercise. Forced lip breathing exercise, this name itself is suggesting that patient has to breathe out with a pursed lip. Pursed lip is what? Pursed lip is gathering or pressing the lips together, leaving a very small opening, and through which patient has to breathe out controllably, and the breathe out force should be low. So very slow breathing out should be done. It is similar to as what we are asking a patient to do in a segmental expansion or a diaphragmatic breathing, in which also we tell the patient breathe out slowly. The only difference here is patient has to breathe out slowly with a pursed lip and has to be done with a little longer duration. So exhalation should be little longer and it should be prolonged one, okay, with a pursed lip. So what are the indications of the pursed lip breathing? Indication wise, it reduces the dyspnea, it reduces the work of breathing, it reduces the exertion, violent activity. It also re-establishes the breathing pattern. What is the idea behind what is the mechanism of the pursed lip breathing? What is the mechanism behind incorporating pursed lip breathing in a patient with obstructive disease? So this type of breathing exercise is an exhalation exercise. It is done in the COPD patients mainly, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease patients, in which there is a obstruction and the problem is during the exhalation. Those type of patients are having trouble in exhaling the air out of the body, out of the lungs. Okay, so pursed lip breathing. What is the mechanism of it? By doing pursed lip while exhalation, actually we are creating a back positive pressure which is exerting in throughout the airways, and during exhalation those airways will be kept open, and thus because of the positive pressure even the alveoli and the alveoli ducts will also be kept open, and that is why during exhalation the gas exchange will be able to be persistent, and that is the reason the more oxygen gas exchange is occurring even during the exhalation. As we know, in the obstructive disease patients there is a airway wall pathology, and during exhalation these airway may collapse and the gas exchange necessary will not be able to occur, and pursed lip breathing will help in that way. So this is how the work of breathing will also get reduced. Okay. So now what is the position? The patient's position will be any comfortable position. As a therapist, we should teach a patient a dyspnea relieving positions, okay, in which the dyspnea is relieved or can be relieved much easily. So if the patient is in sitting, I would say sit with a forward lean. So this is one of the position. We can also try pursed lip breathing. We can also incorporate pursed lip breathing in the forward limb sitting with head supported. It can also be given in the relaxed sitting. Patient is sitting on a chair with back supported. While standing also it can be given with standing with hands supported. This also can be given. So we can teach dyspnea, pursed lip breathing in any dyspnea relieving positions. Okay. So patient is in sitting position. Okay. Forward leaning, having a hand supported, relaxed fully he is sitting. Okay. He should not be having any type of discomfort. After that, our therapist should always, as we please recollect the previous breathing exercises, that we are supposed to review or observe a breathing pattern in which patient, in what way patient is breathing. Is the patient breathing with the accessory muscles or not? Okay. Now we are not supposed to discourage accessory muscles here because the patient is already dyspneic, and that is why we are not focusing on decreasing the accessory muscles. Instead, we just tell to a patient, take a slightly longer deep breath, normal say little longer, little deep, and exhale it with a pursed lip. Pursed lip breathing is nothing like a fish-like breathing. Okay, just observe here. This is the way I will be pursing my lips. Okay. So this is a controlled exhalation with a slightly deep breath. Okay. So I will instruct to our patient, sir, kindly take a deep breath from the nose. Breathe out with a pursed lip slowly in a controlled manner for a longer period. I may also count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up to 10 seconds it should be done, but we need to see whether the patient will be able to tolerate the exhalation that longer period or not. Okay. So one of the precautions during pursed lip breathing is do not perform prolonged exhalation more than 10 seconds. Otherwise, the next inspiration will be a forceful one, because the gas exchange is very reduced here, and because of that oxygen demand is more and the thrive of the breathing will take over, and that is why the next breathing in will be with a gas, very forceful, and with that patient will become again more dyspneic. So we should avoid that, and that is why controlled exhalation but not more than 10 seconds. Okay. So sir, kindly take a deep breath from the nose, breathe out with the pursed lip controllingly. I can also put my hand on the abdomen to see that abdominal muscles are not contracting. Now the next part, breathing out karna hai. So breathing out should be at which force? We have told the patient that it should be done slowly with low force. But how much that force can be explained? We can also tell to the patient that blow it out through the mouth in such a way so that you are moving a flame of a candle and not blowing it out. We are moving a flame of a candle and you are not blowing it out. So with that force only, with that slow exhalation, patient should controlledly exhale. Okay. So this is what is the pursed lip breathing mechanism, the procedure. Pursed lip breathing, once the patient is thorough in pursed lip breathing, it can be done in any activity. It can be used with walking, it can be used with any physical activity, daily activities, his occupation also it can be incorporated with. In short, pursed lip breathing will increase the tolerance level in the patient. It will reduce the exertion. Okay. So this is what is the pursed lip breathing. Okay. Another way of explaining the patient of doing pursed lip breathing, how much force has to be exerted while exhaling controllably. During pursed lip breathing, we can also tell to a patient to blow a piece of paper for a longer period of time. But remember, it should not be more than 10 seconds, as we do not want to induce a more forceful inspiration in the next respiratory cycle. So, sir, take a deep breath and breathe out with pursed lip while blowing this paper out for a longer duration. As you can see, for a few seconds, patient is able to blow it out, and this is what pursed lip breathing can be explained.